Middays with Marks. The voices you trust. John Marks, Sean Brace, and Ray Dunn. All Philadelphia, all day. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Oh, man, we are rolling on a Thursday. Middays with Marks. 97.5 The Fanatic. On the radio, on the Fanatic app. You're listening. Good morning. Make sure you download the 97.5 The Fanatic app. It is amazing. Good morning to everybody watching live on YouTube. Good morning to our chatters. Get involved in the show every day. Watch live and play along. It's like you're a part of the show at home, and you can always watch and listen later on demand in podcast form. I do dishes, and I watch the show at night while I'm doing the dishes on a lot of nights. As we say, good morning to Mr. Ray Dunn. Raymond, hello.
Good morning, Johnny. How are you?
Hey, Ray.
It's my favorite thing right now.
It's a great drop.
How am I? I'm going to yell a lot today, probably, especially to start the show. I did have a Roy Rogers breakfast sandwich, a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, because it's National Biscuit Day, and it was very good. So I'm at least not starving as we say good morning to Sean Brace, who also ate already.
Roy Rogers, yum.
Is that what it is? Yum.
That's what it is. And you know what I yum about? Sorry, you know me. I'm just, I'm a negative Nancy at times. But Tobias Harris. Will the real Tobias step on up? How about last night? 13.6 and 19. 1 for 7. Finally.
They blew it.
Yeah, they did. They choked down the stretch.
They choked on it.
Oof.
Yeah, they don't have a secondary scorer, and if that's Tobias Harris, that's a problem.
Yeah, you can't blame Cade. You can't blame Cade Cunningham, who scored 39.
Well, you can't blame Tobias Harris, because if he's your number 2 option, you're not making the Eastern Conference Finals.
That too.
As we know.
Yes.
Right, Ray? I know you're a big Tobias Harris fan, Ray.
I was with the group last night that was very confused on how to feel, watching James Harden taking late free throws, having a 30 ball in a clutch game, while also watching Tobias Harris struggle. A lot of conflicted people on how to feel about it.
I got the answer. You know what the answer is, boys? Whoever will beat the Knicks.
I got bad news for you.
I think that's OKC.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's anybody.
Jared McCain's going to be the one beating the Knicks.
That's it.
All right, so Bob Myers is going to speak to the media today with Josh Harris. I don't know how much talking Joshua Harris is going to do, but Bob Myers is going to speak about the state of the 76ers. Do you have the Shams things from the start? I was yelling and screaming about this. Every insider we brought on that said, oh, well, Bob Myers doesn't want the job of running the 76ers. Ramona Shelburne said it earlier in the week. And I'm like, hold on a second. Like, what's a more important position to the ego of Bob Myers? Being this overseer of Harris Blitzer Sports? Well, but he's running a bunch of franchises. But what is he really doing? Seriously, what is he doing with Washington? No one knows what he's doing. It's not that he's not doing anything, but he's not getting his itch scratched. No one knows what he's doing. He's not being, oh, look at Washington. They made the playoffs. They don't know what Bob Myers is doing. He's not getting credit for that. So, like, the idea that he was just going to hire the president of the 76ers and then go off into the sunset, not have nothing to do with it, I totally didn't buy. Here's Shams yesterday on what Bob Myers is going to be doing.
Jay, the Sixers are going to be hiring a new head of basketball operations, someone that will now carry it forward from a leadership perspective, but that person will partner with Bob Myers.
Yeah, exactly. So Bob Myers is making the decisions. He's making the decisions right now. When he makes the decision of who's going to be partnering with them, it's going to be his decision based on what they're going to do is his decision. This is a Bob Myers show, which, by the way, 76ers fans, is a great thing. This is a great thing. You're talking about a guy that has four championships, 4 titles?
4 times.
Yeah, all right. So, successful guy. He could be doing anything he wants to, whether it's the business world, the sports world. I talked to Nahagian. I was texting Nahagian, Matt Nahagian, our old program director here, who's been out in the Bay Area for over 10 years. And I want to read. It wasn't a long response that he gave to me about him, but he said, Bob Myers is as good as it gets, is what he said. And that's from somebody that followed him. They're the flagship for the Warriors, so he knows Bob Myers, how he deals with the media, the kind of interview that he is, how he runs the franchise, all of that. All right? Doesn't mean that you're going to win a championship, but you put the best people in position to try to win a championship for you. You're much better off. So the Sixers have that with Bob Myers. So bitch all you want about Josh Harris, and we'll bitch about Josh Harris. That was a hell of a hire. Because now you have one of the best executives in the league. If he was a free agent and said, hey, I'll work for everybody, and everybody needed an executive, he'd be one of the top people. Maybe Sam Presti of Oklahoma City would be another one that's mentioned right there, maybe even above him. But Bob Myers knows what the hell he's doing. Now, with that being said, he's going to speak today, Sean.
Looking forward to it.
And we will talk about what do you want to hear from Bob Myers? What exactly are you looking for? And I can tell you, here's what I'm looking for from Bob Myers today. I do not need him to kiss Joel Embiid's ass. I do not need to hear about how great of a player he is, and he's the franchise and the future Hall of Famer, and he's dominant, and he can take over games, and you can win a championship with him. I don't want to hear that. He does not deserve to have his ass kissed. Not with what he's doing off of the court, not with what he's doing with leadership, not with the way he's showing up as a guy that's trying to win a championship. He doesn't deserve it. Now, I'm not saying Bob Myers needs to throw him under the bus or even talk negatively about him, but I don't need the Joel Embiid, oh, he's such a great player, and you win championships with Joel Embiid, and we're not trading Joel Embiid. No, I need you to keep it simple with Joel Embiid. He's a great player, he's a great talent, but you're going to do what's best for the organization. And you need to going forward, decide what you're going to do. You don't even need to leave him flapping in the wind. Joel Embiid's under contract for a long time, and there's a lot of people that don't think he can be traded, which I disagree with, and I hope they trade him. But I don't need Joel Embiid's ass kissed today by Bob Myers or Joshua Harris because the dude does not deserve it. So keep it real and have some of these Sixers fans saying like, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. This guy's sharp. I don't need to hear the ass kissing of Joel Embiid today.
I like it. I don't know if you're going to get your wishes. I think that how it's going to play out is Bob Myers is going to be very bland, right? And I'll just tell you, like, I am in agreement with you. So, like, for me, I want to hear more in depth on can you rely on two max players when they play such and such total games, right? Like, does that have an effect? We're not going to get those answers today, right? So putting that to the side, I just want him to acknowledge the suffering. Is that a fair word to say? Just the lost cause, the fact that we have been in this, we're currently in purgatory, but haven't advanced. We've been trying to piecemeal this thing together. We've tried different ways with, of course, Daryl Morey over the years, but it hasn't worked. So I want Bob Myers to speak about the 76ers fan experience that he has taken in for this last year and say, you know what? I recognize what's going on here. I see that 76er fans deserve better, and it's my job to make that happen. Like, I want him to acknowledge what we've been going through as a fan base. And, yeah, I'm selfish to a point on that, but I think that that's something that would be good for us to hear, right? I would love to hear him go in depth on roster construction or what he's going to do in this upcoming draft, and can Tyrese Maxey be that guy, and of course Joel Embiid, John, but I don't know if we're going to get that, right? Like, there's going to be a lot of questions firing his way. He's going to want to keep it moving. Who knows what type of scene we're going to have with Josh Harris? He may not have the answers to the roster construction and things like that. He may not know what you can get for Joel Embiid. So like you said, you may not get a lot of detail today, but it's a great point by you about the tone of the press conference. One thing about Daryl Morey, and I think Daryl Morey for the most part is a good executive in the NBA. Is he better than Howie Roseman, as some suggested? Probably not. Or definitely not, or
I
fake,
would say no.
or fake take, or just fake take. That's not a real take. But anyway,
yeah.
But like, it's a great point. Daryl Morey did not do a good job of relating to the fans and sympathizing with the fans and talking to the fans. It was, I'm smarter than you. I'm more worried about people making fun of me because I'm out of breath at the press conference and up there. Bob Myers is smooth. You saw that on TV. My conversations with Nahagian, he's smooth. So. What you said, I never felt like Doc Rivers cared what happened to the fans in the last 40 years. I never felt like Daryl Morey even thought about what happened with the fans in the last 40 years. That's trauma. Being a 76er fan right now, Ray, is traumatic.
Yep.
That's real sports trauma what the 76ers have put their fans through. All right? You need to know that, and you need to be able to relate to that, and you need to be able to speak to the fans knowing that. So you're right, Sean. It's not complicated, and it's not really tough, especially for a guy like Bob Myers that's such a good speaker. Man, that dude can have us eating out of his hands after this press conference, and I fully expect it. Because all we're looking for is somebody that's like, he knows what the hell he's doing. That guy's good. He's got the resume.
Yep.
He knows how to talk to us. Right, and then he needs, like, I need him on the air. I need him on our show. I need him on our station. I need him in studio. I need all these things. If he does all that, which I expect him to do, we're going to trust him. If that means keeping Joel Embiid because he thinks that's the right thing to do, I'm going to stop screaming and yelling about trading Joel Embiid.
Yeah, eventually we'll all get there. But to Ray, real quick, just the emotional exhaustion around this team. Like we're tired. I've been screaming every single opportunity I get. I'm just tired of hearing "if healthy" attached to every decision or every chance that this team has to take that next step to advance. It's "if healthy." I'm just tired of all of that. So here's something new, and I'm excited about it.
Ray?
We're really putting over a decade of Sixers trauma to bed with one press conference at 4 o'clock today, boys.
Over a decade.
Hey, baby steps, Bob. Baby steps.
Well, this era specifically.
If you've
got a lifetime of it if you've been a lifetime Sixer fan.
Let's say you're a 35-year-old Sixer fan. So Iverson happened 25 years ago. So the 2001 team. So you remember that as a kid, and it probably shaped the type of Sixer fan you are. That was a great time to be a Sixer fan. That was awesome. After that, wasn't good.
No,
it wasn't good at all. After that, Iverson deteriorated. That team was pretty much done. 2-3 years later, Chris Webber came in, and it never worked out. You went through the process. You had some good years with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons in that run. They were fun. They didn't win, but they were fun. But, man, the trauma as a 76er fan, Bob Myers needs to recognize that. And when he speaks to us today, because that's really who he's talking to, he's talking to the fans. He's selling himself to the fans. And I fully expect him to do a good job. Just don't kiss Joel Embiid's ass. Please don't. Please don't. You can show support. You can say he's a warrior. You can say he's a great player. I don't want to leave that press conference being like, does this dude think he can win a championship with Joel Embiid? Because there ain't nobody else that thinks that.
He's going to say it.
Man, he better not. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. That's the number for the phone line. Sean, we've been doing phone calls recently on the program.
I like it.
Call 610-632-0975. What are you wanting to hear from Bob Myers today? And what would you ask Josh Harris? Is he going to take questions, or is he just going to introduce Bob Myers?
I don't know.
I believe he takes questions, and then he does the Collinsworth roll off of the dais. Because if he sits there, people are going to start asking him questions.
This one's for Josh. Yep.
610-632-0975. Davis Honda text line. Send your voice memos in as well. Davis Honda text line. Coming up next, Sean also believes he knows what the Sixers are doing with Embiid. Breaking news. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Middays with Marks, with John Marks and Ray Dunn. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
We're back, Middays with Marks.
I got something for you real quick.
John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. What do you got?
So, how this golf tournament, PGA Championships in town, around the Mink. We were there last week.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, obviously, everyone's there. Their ESPN is covering it, right? So they're doing the packages and of all things Philadelphia and the history of golf inside this city. Guess who is the narrator? Guess who the voice is on the first package they roll out? I'll give you 3 guesses.
Is it a Philadelphia voice?
It's a Philadelphia voice. Big time personality, big time name, big time presence. ESPN rolling out, this major package.
Doc?
Incorrect.
Is it a sport?
You saw it already?
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it.
Is it a sport? Could you give me a sport so I could guess?
Football. You're not going to be you're thinking too in depth.
Bradley Cooper.
Big Dom.
Does that sound good?
I just,
I just saw the Schefter tweet.
It's Big Dom.
Is there a video that's out there?
Yes.
All right, get it.
Okay.
Shukri Wright's working with us today. Get it. I want to hear it. Because my initial reaction is, so what do we and this isn't a rip at Dom, but all right, this is our Philadelphia golf history, and you're picking Big Dom to do the narrating.
Big Dom.
It's and this is not comparison to Dom, but when we talk about, Philadelphia, there's a great history to Philadelphia. The architecture, the city, the people, the dining, everything. And it's the only thing we're known for are cheesesteaks and Rocky.
Yes.
We're much deeper than cheesesteaks and Rocky. I'm curious to hear Big Dom.
Yeah.
This dude's good at everything.
I have not heard it yet either, but one of my friends who works for a golf magazine just came over the top. He said, nuke this tournament.
Really?
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, if you're not a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you don't really care for Big Dom, right?
Why wouldn't I have said Jason Kelsey? Hold on, if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, you don't care for Big Dom?
If you're not.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, like they hate him in Boston because it's like a competitor.
I think he did.
New York.
I think that dude's a New York guy. So yeah, but whatever. At the end of the day, it's a huge deal. Everybody's there. We were there last week. It was incredible. But to your point about the cheesesteaks, every single question was about cheesesteaks yesterday.
We do have cheesesteaks here.
Good grief.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we do. It's true.
I don't
What's
know.
a cheesesteak?
We have cheesesteaks here. It's true.
Maybe I'm a little too deep on that, but like, can't you do a little bit more digging?
All right, so let's Bob Myers is going to talk at 4:00. Josh Harris is going to talk at 4:00. Yep. Josh Harris going to take questions, Ray?
Ooh,
Should I send a text right now trying to figure it out?
I mean, you should for sure.
All right, I'll do it right now.
Think
You would? Sean?
I say yes. Very limited.
I would think like off the jump.
Yeah, but so he does a separate Q&A. See that I don't believe there's a separate Q&A.
No, there's not.
I'm trying to look at it from a PR standpoint.
Okay.
You don't want to put him in a bad position. So I wouldn't let him take questions at all. I would let him make a statement and then he's gone. And now it's Bob Myers. I would never let him take questions. So if that's the case, I do not expect him to take questions.
All right, well, let me play devil's advocate here. Now it looks like he's got something to hide. Right? Like if he's there and he slides out, exit stage right after introducing Bob Myers and isn't there watching, like is he staying in the room in your mind? Because I just feel like that's going to come off as he's hiding something.
Or he comes out and takes questions and he looks terrible and he answers poorly. We're not talking about Bob Myers. Like Bob Myers is a trained, like he's very good in front of the media. Josh Harris isn't.
Correct.
Here's the way Josh Harris takes questions today. If he tells them, I want to take questions today, which ain't going to happen, I would tell him, don't take questions. Because you said that it looks like he has something to hide.
Correct.
I mean, like, I don't disagree, but is it worth the risk of putting him up there to take? Is he, like Ray said, limited questions? What does that mean?
I think they can control it to a point. If somebody does say, Josh, your name was dropped not once but 2 times, and there's some other questions in this fan base, a good portion of this fan base is not comfortable until we hear more with regards to the Epstein files. I think that's a very polished question and okay to ask. I just think that it would be immediately cut off saying, guys, all we're talking about is Bob Myers today.
Well, they're not. That's why they're not going to allow it. I mean, if they're going to let them answer questions and then they're going to cut off any questions about that, unless they're really sure nobody's going to ask that, and then the journalists look like they're wimps and not doing their job because no one's asking it. You know the couple of guys that would do it. Mm-hmm. Sixers Adam isn't asking that question, as a lot of the people aren't, because their job isn't to do that. Is there a column that's in town that's willing to do it?
I think there's national media members that probably put their name in the hat to go down to cover this press conference with the thought in mind that they can ask a question on the Epstein files. I do. And guys, I just want to be honest and be sincere with everything I'm saying here, right? Like, I hope we all can come to agree. Like, all you got to do is look what's taking place with the New York Giants. With the owner that...
Steve
Tisch, longtime owner of the New York Giants, gave it up and transferred over his name and the team into his kids. So therefore, he doesn't have to answer these questions. Okay, so you think he's going to go away. That's all well and good. And then the NFL draft happens, and who's in the war room? Steve Tisch.
Well, it's also he can't get sued, and they take the Giants away because he gets sued.
That too.
It's a smart move to do.
All I'm asking is, Josh, your name was mentioned multiple times. You had a partner that was absolutely just dragged through all of this. You don't have to go into detail, but step to a microphone and don't release something through your spokesperson like you did the one time. We deserve better. There are a lot of fans that are fans of this organization that want to be comfortable supporting this team. We need to know whether or not there is more to come because, oh, by the way, there are still 3-point-something million files not released. So we've had 2 dumps, and your name has been in both of them. Now step up to the microphone.
But to be fair... And I don't know all of the details, but doing a, kind of like just looking around to be like, all right, well, like everybody's killing Josh Harris for Epstein. It's like, what has actually been out there? Nothing.
No doubt. You're right.
Okay. So if we're acknowledging that there's nothing out there,
well, no, I can't say there's nothing. That's a step too far for me.
Okay, so then what is?
He needs to answer those questions.
No. That's not the question. If you're going to come out as strong as you did against him, I need to hear what he's done to where he needs to be peppered with questions and you're so fired up about it.
He's had a partner that was 100%. His partner previous to this literally got drugged and had to lose everything. That was his partner.
There's circumstantial evidence dot connecting out there.
Correct.
I don't disagree with that.
And we are talking about the raping of children. This is bigger than the 76ers. This is bigger than anything.
I don't disagree, but knowing that we're doing sports radio and I'm trying to say, okay, this has to be a part of the conversation, at the same time, I have to be fair in how it's being presented.
No doubt. And I have no issues with him being asked the questions to elaborate more because we've never heard from him, John. The only time that anything has ever been said after his name is released in the files multiple times, whether there's something there or not, it was through a spokesperson. If he has nothing to hide, then come on out and say it. And this isn't just me. This is all over social media. This is everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fine line, as some people might say, from looking scummy and committing criminal activity. And he may not want to address if he was looking scummy with stuff. All right.
Oh, by the way, NFL owner, right? As far as the Devils are concerned, correct? Like this dude
he's a very powerful person.
Exactly.
That's why he's not going to talk. Are you insane? Do you think he's going to take questions from 76ers reporters and Philadelphia columnists?
If he's got nothing to hide, he should.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe he does have something to hide. Maybe he doesn't. Either way, I ain't letting him talk.
Regardless of how we determine whether it was business or professional or whatever, bottom line is his name was in those files under both drops. I just want to be comfortable moving forward and cheering for my franchise, let alone the rolling up to Boston with Howard Lutnick.
So here's my answer to the question that I asked a source. It says, Josh Harris taking questions today. Press conference with Josh Harris and Bob Myers at 4 o'clock was the response.
Good.
So, I mean, what does that mean? Press conference with Josh Harris and Bob Myers at 4 o'clock. So this is definitely something you want to tune into.
That's all I want to hear. That's it. It's just address it. Again, it was only through a spokesperson, and it didn't even feel like it was officially coming from him. It was just a spokesperson getting out in front of it.
All right, so regarding Joel Embiid, and the other thing is that if he speaks, and then that's what everybody's talking about, as opposed to Bob Myers. Bob Myers, you're supposed to leave the press conference being like, man, we got something here. This guy's going to win. He's great. He knows what he's talking about. He's got 4 championships. We're going to know more about Bob Myers after today, just with one press conference. The minute you let the owner take questions, I think you take away from that. But listen, we'll see. I asked the question that was not answered. I was given it. There's a press conference, so we'll see. Because if he says he's not taking questions, guess what I'm talking about for the next 6 hours?
Understood.
He's not taking questions.
Yep.
He ain't taking questions.
Well,
Ray, that's what I would say.
That answer that you just got would tell me he's not taking questions.
Right.
Yeah. Is Ray going to speak on today's show? Ray will produce today's show from 10 to 2.
No.
That would suggest that I'm not speaking.
Right. Yeah, right. Ray, are you on the air today? I am producing the show from 10 to 2.
Right.
All right, but with Embiid, getting back to Embiid here for a second, because I saw a lot of people and we have voice memo coming up here and some phone calls, but I had a couple of DMs to my Instagram saying, what do you mean Embiid hasn't earned Bob Myers coming out and talking about how great of a player he is? Why has he earned that? Why would I come out of Bob Myers today and kiss his ass? Because if you're coming out and kissing his ass, then you're more or less saying, oh, Joel, we're sorry. We know Daryl was mean to you last year, and we want you back, and we want you to be healthy, and we want you to be committed, and we want you to change the way that you act, and we want you to be on time. He hasn't earned that. He hasn't deserved that. If he can't be the guy that's showing up just like everybody else, that's making the commitment to go to shoot-arounds and all that stuff, he hasn't earned that. Everybody knows he's a great talent. Everybody knows that he just played through major surgery and hip, ankle. We all know the injury stuff with Joel Embiid. He is not a soft player at all. He's a warrior. All right, both things can be true. Man, he hasn't earned it. With the way he conducts himself as a professional and a leader and somebody that you want to lead your basketball team to a championship, I ain't kissing his ass today. And I'm not going to back down from that either. No way.
I just think that Bob Myers is in a tough spot with the contracts. Like, you're talking about 2 of the worst contracts in the NBA, if not the worst. I've heard that multiple times in the last 48 hours, that those are the two worst contracts. For everybody, I was all pro Daryl Morey.
Paul George?
Paul George and Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I don't.
That's a 4-year deal. And again, all we have to do is ask ourselves, who's taking them on?
Well, he's got 2 years left. That's not bad.
Understood, but it's Paul George at 37. Hey, look,
we're gonna do a trade machine later.
National media, they've said point blank that those are two of the worst. Let's just go with that.
We're gonna do a trade machine later. The Zach LaVine makes $50 million on a player option with the Kings next year. You don't think the Kings would want to, because then he's a free agent because it's a player option. So you would get 1 year of salary cap relief, and you'd have to give him another contract. Would you trade Paul George for Zach LaVine?
I want freedom to make
Would
moves.
Sacramento trade Paul George for Zach LaVine? They're not tanking. They're actually trying to make the playoffs because they can never make the playoffs. Are they a better team with Paul George than Zach LaVine? Probably.
Yeah.
Now, you got to take the extra year at $40 million a year, but still,
Zach LaVine.
I'm telling you, I think you can move Paul George for actual value.
I think Paul George is the guy that gets moved instead of
In fact,
Embiid.
I'm trading Joel Embiid for Zach LaVine. We'll do the official trade machine. I'm trading Zach LaVine and something else for Joel Embiid.
Zach LaVine was supposed to be a Sixer probably 5 or 6 times now.
And I don't want him.
I know that I was pitching the idea of Zach LaVine probably 6 years ago. I promise you.
Me too.
I promise you I will.
And then I was like, this guy sucks. He always loses, but he puts up numbers.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
No.
I just want salary relief.
That's correct. I would sign off on some of the other deals that we had yesterday that were catching some attention. But again, whatever you have to do. And that's the thing that I would say is like the reality of the situation with Bob Myers is, dude, if he has any freedom for roster construction, he has to move one of the two deals, or else he's not going to be able to do anything.
Yep.
Like what moves are going to be different if he can't move those contracts?
That my hope, not what he says today. My hope is that he gets off those contracts and we start fresh.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you get a draft pick or two, or you're not giving up lots of draft picks to do it, I'm all for it. All right, Xavier in Newtown Square with a voice memo. Go ahead.
Good morning, you guys. Xavier from Newtown Square. I had to do it. It cracks me up every single time. I just want to ask real quick, man. The morning show had a poll up, man. They were saying something about like, would you rather keep Joel Embiid, trade him for Domantas Sabonis, or or like Jimmy Butler and have to give up a first round pick, whatever the case is. Like, what do you guys, what's the best? Even if you don't get anything in return, don't you guys think that the best thing to do is just to get rid of the contract as fast as you can, regardless of what you get back?
Yes. Yep. Yes.
It sounded like a call. That was funny. It was tripping out there for a second.
Yep. Yes.
Nice work. Yeah.
Thank you, Xavier. Yes. Yep. Zach LaVine, Joel Embiid, you have to include other contracts. Maybe you try to get more of a player that can help your rotation this year. I'm selling to whoever runs Sacramento and that owner. Look at your team. It's not a bad team. They have some pieces. You're selling to them. You can easily make the playoffs this year with Joel Embiid and with the rest of your guys. Like you could, and it's really not a hard sell. They could. They're much better with Joel Embiid. Now, like, what we're dealing with Joel Embiid and the injuries, they haven't done yet. So the first year, they're not going to care. They're just going to be like, damn, when's he coming back? When's he coming back? When's he coming back? We care because we're just excruciated with it.
Oh, I'm exhausted. Yeah, and I think that's what should be like apparent for Bob Myers, excuse me, the fact that he has been around this team for the last year. He's been at the arena for the last year. He's been a Sixers executive for the last year. He knows. He should feel the pain that we're going through. If he's been paying attention, if he, in the back of his mind, has known that, you know what, if things don't play the right way, yep, this is my gig. I'll be taking over. I'm sure that's how he was approaching this past season. Right? Of course.
Well, he knows what he's going to do. He knows if the Sixers go 7 against the Knicks, he's probably not going to be able to fire Daryl Morey.
Correct.
Sham said he's running basketball ops and he's hiring a partner. You know what that means?
He's bringing in his guy.
He's bringing in his guy that can maybe take over for Bob Myers after and then he can worry about other stuff.
Hell yeah. It's a good gig.
This is his thing.
Good. And he's proven his worth, whether you want to sit here and say that Jerry West ran the organization. I got so many things. Like, it's amazing how we don't want to give people the credit that sometimes they deserve. And it's just that easy. When he's there as an executive for 12 plus seasons, whether he was the head guy in charge or just a guy at the table, like collectively, I don't care how you get to the right answer as long as the answer is right. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll get there. They will. Ray, what else from Bob Myers today?
Yeah, man, you're setting yourself up for failure. I don't even want to do a show sheet for tomorrow. Like, I think you're going to come in here livid.
You do?
Yeah, for sure.
But But I think the thing with Myers is he can then romance me. He can spin it to where Joel's happy with what he said, and I'm almost happy with what he said, or I'm like, all right, like he's being realistic with stuff. It's all about how he presents it. I mean, isn't that really the question that needs to be asked? How are you turning the Sixers from where we are right now into winning a championship?
Well, first up, we have to get a president of basketball operations in here, which will work on some sort of a vision to go forward. Then someone's going to follow up with the Embiid idea or the George idea, being committed to the two of them. He's going to wax poetic about them because he's not going to want to publicly.
He'll talk around it. But like gifted, smart speakers are able to answer a question that. Try to think of somebody that's thoughtful like that. Dombrowski, I always appreciate the way that he talks he talks with honesty. I've always said that. He's a really good talker. He's a good interview when you have him on.
Yeah.
If he's on the MLB Network, he's a good interview. He answers questions. The problem is he's way too comfortable talking. Bob Myers doesn't have because I thought about like what if Tim Kelly asked Bob Myers the same question, Bob Myers would answer the question very thoughtfully. And he'd easily be able to answer the question. Dave Dombrowski's like, I'll see you in Cooperstown with that question.
I don't know, man. If I'm Bob Myers, I know I'm going to the Hall of Fame. Do I really owe it to Sixers Adam on how I'm getting out of these two big contracts?
No, but he knows he's talking to the fans, and if he comes off as being a prick, it's gonna come off as sounding like that.
Oh, he better he
knows what
he's smarter.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's like I think that's what he's going into this with. Like, hey,
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
I'm not asking you to pander. I don't want you to break out the Philly Fanatic socks or Franklin the Dog t-shirt or anything like that. I'm not asking for that. I just want you to recognize what we've been going through, the exhaustion of will he play? Won't he play? Do we have a chance? Well, if we were healthy, we would have a chance. That's what it's been. Put it on a banner for the last 6 years. If he's healthy, we have a chance. It's just exhausting, and you cannot win, and you can't expect your fan base to back you up time and time again every single season because you just saw how it plays out. The Knicks had a 3-0 advantage. Nobody gave a damn in that Game 4 spot. Nobody did. That's why nobody showed up.
Yeah.
I want to go watch Mother's Day massacre happen before my eyes.
There weren't even any fights, and that's why I was embarrassed because we didn't even go down swinging, and that's the way I felt. Seriously, it's like you came down here and you embarrassed us. You just came to our playground, Ray. You came to my parish and you kicked my ass. And now I got to walk home to mom.
You come into our house, you get your behind kicked.
To be fair,
Lamar.
That's what it was supposed to be.
As someone that was walking out of Game 3, if you threw a punch, there's a good chance you were going to be outnumbered. I kept thinking about that on the walk out. One, obviously a lot of cameras out, Probably not good for the job.
The poor Action News girl that got.
Oh my! Have we heard back from her? Is she okay?
I think so.
All right, good.
I hope so. She went viral. I'm sure she's probably happy about it.
Nothing happened, and she excelled in that moment.
She did great.
Because I would have choked up. I'd have been like, all right, run the package. Like, I'm out.
You would have started throwing Wemby elbows.
Well, we've seen news anchors start shoving people.
Oh, wait, I mean, what do you think from Fox 29 would have done? Steve Keeley would have had that guy gripped up.
But like, get the hell out of my shot.
Steve Keeley
old school anchors would have shoved you out of the way. And poor her, she's 4 foot nothing. She couldn't do anything. God,
that's funny. All right, so Sean, coming up,
yeah,
we have more leaks. I know Sean Brace broke a game yesterday and was not given the proper credit. When it's confirmed, you were first. I'm saying the game of the Philadelphia Eagles schedule. It is the game.
Hell yeah.
Because everybody's going to be there.
Everybody wanted to know when we're playing the Titans.
Yep. Sean broke it.
I got it.
And that's in my notes.
We have more leaks that are coming up.
I hope it's right.
We'll give you what you know as 8 o'clock tonight. Bob Myers has stolen the Eagles' thunder. The schedule will be officially known probably before 8 o'clock tonight, but there's still a lot of leaks are coming out. We'll give you what we know, including the Week 1 opponent for the Eagles. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5. All right, we're back Middays with Marks. Bob Cooney's going to join us. His thoughts on everything with the 76ers. Let me see the rat tail real fast. You can see the darkness, but now that the rest of your head grew in a little bit, you can't see it as well.
No, yeah, I got the rat tail. It's coming in. The picture, I'm not going to lie, I was a little disappointed. I thought it was a little bit thicker. I'm telling you, I felt the wind blowing it.
You would have to grow up for months to really get a tail, which we're not asking.
No, yeah, there's going to be... I
can't even ask you to do it.
It's going to be a furry patch in about 6 weeks, though. I'll promise you that.
All right, so check this out. If you don't subscribe to The Fanatic on YouTube, subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic. It's just not the shows that you're watching live. It's all the content that's then repurposed. If you can't watch the whole show, listen to the whole show. You can get, like, segments, interviews, everything that we do. Our interview with Howard Eskin when he joined us. So, so check it out. 975thefanatic.com. Also, I'm back on Facebook.
How about that?
If you're going to follow me on Facebook, Ray.
You're back on Facebook?
Yeah, I deleted it like 10 years ago.
10 years ago?
Yeah.
What brought you back?
To make money off of Instagram on the Reels, you need to have a Facebook that is linked. Otherwise, you can't monetize it. So I said, I guess I'm getting a Facebook page again. But now that I'm back, baby. Oh, man, it's much better than it was before.
Well, you know, so here's
yeah.
You know why? Because it's a fresh approach. The algorithms are different. It's all new. That's the issue. Like,
oh my God.
If you were to delete Instagram and start something new where it didn't know where your go-to is, all the girls that pop up on Ray's, algorithm, the magnifying glass, and the cheesesteak shops that you often venture to, and, all the juicy beers that you enjoy down at the garage. Juicy, get it? Right? There's juicy beers. Anyways, that's your algorithm. So if you were to delete it, it would start fresh and it would hit you all new.
Right. So the fake Facebook stories that pop up on your feed are new,
right?
Instead of
the
ones that you'd be interested in.
I'm very good at filtering social media, as
well
you know.
Said. Yeah, you're right.
I don't look. I don't care what people are like. You tweet at me and be mean, or I'm not going to see it. So I'm just telling you. And maybe you can say I have thin skin. I just I'm not going to do it because I know it's out there.
It's just too much.
But on the Facebook is a different listener. So you have a lot of the same people that I know from other social media. But then even people that I went to high school with. Sports fans that are guys that never DM me on Instagram or on Twitter within a week or DM me, hey, man, I listen to you all the time. It's like, yeah, but you follow me, don't you? And they're like, yeah, I've been listening to you. But they don't, the interaction, or it's different on Facebook. I was surprised at how much we get a ton of interaction on stuff we put out.
We talked about it yesterday and burners. And it was probably worth your time to be in that world in 2018, right? Because things were different on Twitter. Twitter ain't the same. Come on, man.
Everything's different.
It's Twitter's filled with bots. Who knows what's real? The engagement's down across the board. The only reason why I am on Twitter, sorry to point it out to everybody, not that I'm hurting feelings, is because of sports news.
It's a great news feed.
It's the first place that it goes to.
Especially for our job where you get videos. Honestly, I don't go anywhere else I hit my websites that I hit every day.
Same.
But man, the algorithm that I'm in on Instagram and Twitter gives me everything I need for the most part.
Yeah, Instagram does a good job. You're right, but still not breaking news though, right? To a point. What you're going to get. You put on your notifications for Schefter. You put on your notifications for Ian Rappaport. Anything AJ Brown, boom! You can't do that with Instagram,
right? And you put it on for when there's games that are being released and leaked. You find out right away. So real fast, it's John Marks Media across all social media platforms. But if you follow me on the other ones and follow me on Facebook or be friends, we can be friends. It's not following.
Oh, nice.
We're friends on Facebook.
How about that,
Ray? Last time I had it, you maxed out at 5,000 too. You couldn't get any more than 5,000.
Is that how it is?
Not anymore. No, before you would have to create a fan page, which I don't want to create a fan page. I just have my page. So now I think it's unlimited. I don't know. Anyway, so what do we know so far? Well, this is breaking right now. Dutz put this out there. Dutz, who's Ozzy NFL? It says Ozzy NFL. Is that a reputable person?
It's all these people making the graphics for the scheduling, but I've seen this a couple of different places.
Okay, so the Eagles and the Texans. How about a little Christmas Eve for you? Ooh.
Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve. And that's a home game, correct?
Home.
All right, so that's a good thing because the Texans are going to be good.
Is that a Thursday?
That would be a Thursday.
So how many games are they going to do Christmas Eve?
3, you think?
No, I don't think you can do 3. Is it just a night game?
2?
They could do 2. I think doing 3 would be too much.
Did you see?
Then you have Christmas Day.
They have a game now on Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve. Yeah, no, I saw people were saying it's officially like I'm broke over there's too many NFL windows.
I don't mind.
I totally disagree.
Yeah, I don't mind Thanksgiving Eve a game. There's nothing else on.
What am I doing? What? Because if people are like, I can't go out to the bar, the game will be on at the bar.
Whoa. What am I supposed to do? Take my attention away from someone I haven't seen in 10 years?
Well, it's the Packers.
If you want to.
Who is it? The Packers.
Jordan Love. How am I? This is really tough for me.
No, but my point, I don't even think it's really that. It's just the people that in general are like, oh my God, just let the NBA have Christmas. No, because I didn't watch the NBA on Christmas. What do I care about the NBA on Christmas? I don't. NFL on Christmas, let's do it. But people are so mad. Oh, it's just so much NFL. Yeah, bring it.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with
Give me more NFL. Give me a Tuesday game. Bring it. If I don't want to watch it, I won't watch it.
That's what.
Just don't watch it.
Folks, go buy an 85-inch TV, get YouTube TV, and you could quad box it. There you go. That's how you handle everything. That's all I do is watch quad box. I'm a quad box connoisseur.
I need to get the quad
I can
box.
do the weather in one, golf in the other, Phillies in the right. NFL, yeah.
Weather.
Watching the Doppler.
You my grandfather?
Oh, I'm a big Doppler watcher. Dude, they have revolutionized the Weather Channel. It's literally like talk shows.
I know. What's the MTV? The Weather Channel just can't do the same 5-day forecast every five minutes.
Correct.
I know.
There's a lot to break down, though.
All right, so what do we know, Ray? What do we know so far? So what did you break?
Oh, I broke the game on the schedule, John. Taking on the Tennessee Titans on the road in Nashville. What do they call it, Ray? Broadway? Is that the main drag over there?
That would be the main drag.
There you go.
That's going to be something down there.
And it's going down September 20th, according to my sources. That's why I didn't get picked up, because I said hearing. All right, I don't use sources. I don't have sources. I got people that are in the know. Connections.
Which would be sources.
All right. I'm not going to use that word.
He doesn't want to say it because he's not a reporter.
I'm not using that word, Ray.
He's not a reporter. But you do kind of have to phrase it differently. Because you know who heard first that Chip Kelly was the coach of the Eagles?
Right here.
Sean. But he didn't say, I'm reporting Chip Kelly's the coach of the Eagles. He said, I'm hearing Chip Kelly. And at that point, no one knew Chip Kelly was back on.
No one did.
They were following, what's his name's SUV with the Gus Bradley.
Gus Bradley,
The Gus bus. The helicopter was following Gus Bradley's SUV that was taking him to the airport from Jeffrey Lurie's house.
Chris Mortensen thanked me. He said, I was hearing something, but I wasn't able to connect it. And then I saw your tweet, and I went official with it. Chris Mortensen, rest in peace. Yes, I had Chip Kelly. I've had schedule releases over the years, right? This isn't anything new. The word seeps out, right? It's nothing breaking. It's not something huge. But this is the game on the schedule, September 20th. It's going down Sunday in Nashville.
Here's the other one we know. Eagles will open at home against the Washington Commanders, the 425 game. So that's the 425 Fox game, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
It's adverse. So it's home against the Commanders. Week 3, Bears Monday Night Football. So you open up Washington, disappointing year last year. I think it's good to get them earlier than later.
You know where I stand on the Bears. I think they're going to be tough. That's Monday Night Football. Whew.
But you know what, Sean? The year after your first year where you're like the new sizzle team and you're the new team, now they have expectations, and the league adjusts to Caleb Williams. I wouldn't surprise me if they struggle kind of. What's the Bears schedule look like?
It's got to be good.
Don't they have the toughest schedule in football? Isn't that what we saw?
It's got to be.
Fact, sure, yeah. It's a good division.
Week 5, Jacksonville. That's the London game. So far, Washington week 1 at home. Monday night, Bears week 3. Week 5, Jacksonville in London.
So if we're going what we got, week 1, home Commanders. Week 2 would be the Nashville trip. Week 3 would be a trip to Chicago.
So week 2 is the Nashville trip based on your reporting.
September 20th, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so home against Washington, at Nashville, at the Bears, Monday Night Football. You get the extra day. Curious week 4, and then at the Jags in London.
Yeah, so short week 4, then headed to London right after that.
Could they have an early bye? Could they have a bye after London? Possibly. We don't know where the byes are. All right, so far, what's the record? What do we got?
6-0.
Well, they didn't 6 games yet. So Washington home, at Nashville, at the Bears, home against Jags. Just those 4. 3-1. Better be 3-1.
I don't know. Man.
Better be.
Feels
Better
like
be 3-1. Huh?
Feels like a 2-2.
Tennessee sucks.
Win.
Washington, we'll see.
We'll see.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, this
They're
team.
losing at the Bears and at the Jags.
Just a short week after the Bears. I'm taking you to week 4 right here.
So
I'm not loving that. Then you're going to London. The Jags are already going to be in London. You're going short week off the Bears, then to London. The Jags are just going to be sitting there at Wembley Stadium for 2 weeks.
You going 2-2?
Yeah, I'll go 2-2 right now.
2-2. All right.
I think that Jags game is going to be really tough.
Yeah, we'll see. Trevor Lawrence with expectations, too. We'll see. Bob Cooney coming up next. His thoughts on the 76ers. All the above. Everything you need to know. Should they move on? Will they move on from Joel Embiid? That's coming up next.